Hello and welcome back to Exploring the Unexplained. If you're new here, I'm Ralph, and today we're diving into one of the most mind-bending concepts in science and philosophy: time travel. Could it really be possible? Is it just science, fiction, or are we on the verge of discovering the impossible? Stick around as we uncover theories, explore strange facts, and discuss real-world attempts that might just convince you that time travel could be a reality. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button if you're excited for today's journey. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you won't miss any of our deep dives into the unexplained. Now let's get started. Time travel. It's a concept that's fascinated humanity for centuries. From the pages of classic novels to modern-day movies, we've always imagined the possibilities of traveling through time. But could it actually be possible? Can we really travel into the past? Or even the future? The idea of bending time has sparked countless theories, some grounded in hard science, others in speculation and imagination. Let's start by exploring some of the earliest theories of time travel. The concept isn't as modern as you might think. Some of the first ideas began to take shape in the 18th century, where the idea of time itself as a fluid, flexible thing began to be taken seriously. Philosophers like Isaac Newton considered time to be an absolute, unchangeable constant. But others, like Albert Einstein, began to question that assumption. Einstein's theory of relativity was a game changer. In the early 20th century, Einstein showed that time is not a fixed constant, but rather something that can be affected by speed and gravity. This concept, known as time dilation, suggested that time could move differently for people in different situations. According to Einstein, as you travel closer to the speed of light, time itself slows down for you. This means that if you were able to travel at near light speeds, you could experience time at a much slower rate compared to someone who is stationary. Essentially, you'd be traveling into the future, while everyone else would age faster. While we don't yet have the technology to achieve these speeds, the science behind it makes time travel to the future theoretically possible. But could time travel work the other way? Could we actually travel to the past? This is where things get much more complicated. One of the most fascinating possibilities for traveling to the past involves something known as a wormhole. Imagine a tunnel connecting two separate points in space-time. If we could enter such a tunnel, we might be able to skip over vast distances in space and, more intriguingly, vast periods of time. Wormholes were first predicted by Einstein's general theory of relativity, and though no one has ever found one, they remain a tantalizing idea for physicists. But here's the catch. Even if wormholes do exist, they're not necessarily stable. And worse, if you were to travel through one, you might end up in a different timeline altogether, or worse, still destroy the fabric of time itself. In fact, some physicists argue that time travel could potentially create paradoxes, like the famous grandfather paradox, where a time traveler could go back in time and prevent their own existence by, say, stopping their grandfather from meeting their grandmother. Could these paradoxes be avoided? Some scientists, like Kip Thorne, have theorized that if wormholes could exist, there might be a way to travel through them without causing disastrous changes to the timeline. Perhaps, they suggest, time travel might be limited in a way that prevents paradoxes from happening. Or maybe time is just too complex to break. Of course, time travel has long been a staple of pop culture. Films like Back to the Future and Doctor Who have captured our imaginations by presenting a world where time is fluid and manipulable. But while these films give us a fun and entertaining look at time travel, they don't always align with what we know from physics. But what if we told you that some real-life events and strange occurrences could hint at time travel being possible? That's right. There are a number of mysterious cases that make some people believe time travelers might actually exist. Let's take a look at some of the most compelling examples. One of the most famous stories comes from a man known as the Time Traveler of 1935. The tale claims that an unknown individual appeared in a New York City cafe in the 1930s, speaking of things that hadn't happened yet. He reportedly mentioned the invention of television, the moon landing, and other futuristic events. Was this man simply a visionary, or was he from the future? Other stories include mysterious photographs of people wearing strange clothing, people who have been reported as disappearing, only to return with knowledge of events that hadn't occurred yet. These kinds of incidents continue to fuel speculation about time travel. So with all of this in mind, can we truly travel through time? While the science is still unfolding, and the mysteries of the universe continue to evade our understanding, the idea of time travel isn't as far-fetched as it once seemed. Time travel could be possible, or it could remain an impossible dream. But one thing's for sure, the more we explore, the closer we get to unraveling the secrets of the universe, one mind-bending possibility at a time. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think time travel could ever become a reality? Have you heard of any mind-blowing time travel stories? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I love reading all your ideas.
And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and hit one of our deep dives into the unexplained. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the unknown.